I was looking at the party platforms. We had talked about this recently on the program. I was interested to find out or look into the Democrat National Committee platform versus the Republican National Committee platform, and just basically how much they even mention God in their platform. Well, in the Democrat National Committee platform, in a 91-page document, 91 pages of all that they're trying to do as the Democrat Party, there is only one reference to God in the entire 91 pages. It says Democrats remain committed to ending poverty and enabling all Americans to live up to their God-given potential. That's the only mention of God in their entire platform. As a matter of fact, they've actually taken under God out of the Pledge of Allegiance a couple of different times. I'm not sure what the status of that is now, but a couple of different times they've left that out. Now, they may have entered it back in because of the pushback they received, but they're not for prayer in school. They're not for the Ten Commandments in school at all. And so when you go down that road of refusing to acknowledge God, this first point, poverty is not going to be remedied by encouragement to work or personal responsibility or making good choices or individual charity with the proclamation of the gospel, but redistribution of wealth by taxing income producers and giving welfare benefits to those with no spiritual counsel added to it. And that's just horrible for the person receiving it. Morality is going to be up to the individual. That's why the Democrat Party is all about pushing the LGBTQ agenda. We'll get into that in a second. School and education will be completely void of anything spiritual. You go to a public school, and there's absolutely nothing spiritual there with regard to God at all. It's like you can live your life completely devoid of the most important aspect of life, which is God. So you're educated complete without any framework at all of who God is and why we're here. So how do you think that's going to turn out? Religious liberty won't be important at all because, after all, they think God doesn't even exist. They think you're just kind of some crazy person who's superstitious or something and believes in myths and legends. So they don't. Religious liberty, going to church, that's why churches are being shut down and not deemed essential because, I mean, come on. I mean, it's just kind of something you do on a Sunday that just makes you feel better. That's not essential for your life at all. The environment. This is why Democrats are radical environmentalists. It's like in Romans 1, they worship and serve the creature, the creation, over and above the creator. So no God, so we worship Mother Earth. And this always ends in what we're seeing in the streets right now. It leads to chaos. And it leads eventually to, when the chaos gets worse and worse, well, people have to have law and order to some extent to live their lives. Otherwise, it turns into anarchy, so you get stronger and stronger leaders, and you have to have totalitarianism. There's no constraint in the home. They reject the biblical family. They won't believe the Ten Commandments. So when you don't do that, you have to make up 10,000 laws. And this is because the natural heart does not want to worship God.